How rejection made me the most successful that I've ever been in my entire life. My name is Sam Coleman, team leader of the Sam Coleman Luxury Group and top 10 luxury real estate agent here in Las Vegas. I was ranked 78 out of 18,000 agents overall, and I'm continuously building my business, but most importantly, helping other people build theirs. If you want to know more about it, go to TheSamColeman.com and add me on all social media at TheSamColeman. Rejection is so hard to deal with, and it can possibly take a toll in our lives. I will be the first to admit that rejection does not feel good. I would be lying if I said it didn't. I utilized it to help me make a bunch of money and be successful in business, but the rejection does not feel right. Whoever said that saying, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words never hurt you, was a lie, because words actually do hurt. I'm going to start with a quick story about how I went outdoor knocking as a real estate agent, and it was not the best experience as a new agent. I want to let you guys know that I'm a living testimony to there is hope on the other side of that rejection. There's a promise on the other side of the fear that you have, and all things are hidden on the other side of that fear. You got to get over it and work through it. You have to grow through it. So I remember distinctly walking through this particular community here in Summerlin in Las Vegas. I never had bad experiences regularly where I came in contact with people that were racist, but I did in this one particular instance. I went to knock on the door. It was a person that was in a specific industry. I went to shake the nice gentleman's hand, and he looked at my hand and did not want to touch me. And I know what you're thinking. It's probably COVID. Maybe I had the heebie-jeebies. Maybe I had cooties. No, this was prior to the pandemic. There was nothing like that. Probably was a germaphobe, whatever you want to say. There were certain things that were said that I will not repeat that were very racist and offensive. And he also told me that I did not belong there and I should be in a more, how could I say this, more economically specific community that people look like me should be in. So when I had that conversation with him, it hit me in the gut. It actually sucked so bad that I left that community. I didn't even continue to door knock in that community. And for about 5 minutes, I went to this mental place where I thought that maybe I should pack this up. Maybe I'm not cut out to be a luxury real estate agent because this is what I'm gonna have to deal with. I kicked mediocrity in the face. I went back to the community next door and I continued to door knock, and I started to get contacts, and people were much more receptive. What I want to let you know about that story is, out of 6 years of me prospecting, I can only count literally a handful of people that were racist, extremely rude, etc., etc. I've knocked thousands of doors, I've called thousands of hours, and I've done so much to the point where there's no way that I could go out and say that you're not going to get rejection, you're not going to get this, or you're going to get that. I've done so much volume that is valid. I know that the percentage of people that are rude and racist is much smaller when you do volume, because there are genuinely nice people in the world. That doesn't mean that you won't face rejection in the aspect of, hey, I'm not interested, get out of my community, you shouldn't be soliciting. That's normal. I can't, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people kick me out of their communities. So I'm no stranger to that. But as far as just brutally mean and ignorant and racist people, they're few and far between. The next thing I want to let you know about rejection is that you can utilize it to your advantage. Reason being, if I go knock on a door or call somebody, or I'm doing an open house and I'm getting this piece of rejection, the very next person that you talk to, they do not know that you were just rejected. You can utilize that as fuel, knowing that one no is closer to the next yes. I used to go out and I would knock on a door and I would totally bomb my script. I would not know what to say. I would feel defeated, and I would just take a deep breath. I would take a second and I would go to the next door, the next phone call, and I would just go with the same excitement as if this was the very first door that I knocked on, and I was so excited to speak to them. I had information that would help them, and this would be the prospect, the deal that would change my life forever. I utilized that rejection from the previous door to fuel me going into the next one. You can utilize it to your advantage. A positive thing about rejection is that it builds character. I like to work on my character because who I am when nobody else is looking, the thing that drives me is my attitude, my perception, my perspective on life is significant because it allows me to go through this journey with a lens where I can see rejection, opposition, adversity as a thing that's going to help build me. I'm going to grow through it. As I handle rejection and I get better and I overcome that rejection, now I'm able to pass something down to my children. I'm able to inspire and empower somebody and let them know that I was also rejected, but I overcame it, and that this is what my life looks like on the other side of that rejection. It's a positive thing. It doesn't necessarily have have to be all negative, even though it may feel like it in the moment. You may mentally feel taxed, like, man, I cannot take somebody saying no again. Anything to not hear another no is what I was fighting for when I was starting my business, but I'm here to tell you that it made me the man that I am today. As a man, I do know that there are high statistics of men who have mental health issues, and a lot of it has to do with rejection, not feeling appreciated or feeling insignificant, because there's this statistic or stigmatism that men are not allowed to feel, men aren't allowed to cry, men have to be providers, men have to do all this. And it's the same for women. Women have to take care of the household, women have to raise the kids, women have to be strong, women can't complain, etc., etc. It doesn't have to be that way as it pertains to rejection. It's so important that we take care of our mental health and emotional health and our physical health and lean into the rejection. Talk about the rejection. There may be people that feel like, man, there's nobody that just understands what I'm going through because you're not out there door knocking. You're not out there getting hung up on. You're not out there doing the open houses and putting out all the signs. There are so many more people that can actually relate to you, because everybody that's in sales has to deal with rejection. It's just a part of it. Most people just aren't willing to admit that they're feeling the same way because they want to appear dominant in the sales industry. Sales takes grit, it takes thick skin, and it takes perseverance. But if you're gonna deal with rejection and utilize it to overcome all the things that you're going through, you're gonna have to talk about it with people. I talk to my wife, I talk to my friends, and I talk to my mentor about the rejection. Sometimes it's not even just to let them know that I overcame it, to celebrate the win or how bad it was. It's just to not hold it in, because those words actually mean so much. They actually hurt. Like, man, I got my face beat in today. I got told no so many times. I was put in a Facebook group because I was knocking on doors, and they thought I was trying to steal a car or break into a community, and what the people said to me hurt me, or seeing myself in that picture with the comments, it hurt me. I put out a video and I was trying to give information and people laughed at me. Whatever the case may be, you have to talk about it and not bottle it up and keep it inside. It's so healthy as salespeople to relieve that tension, that stress, decompress, because we have to keep going. Sales makes the world go round. It can be something that's so beneficial for the world because we help the velocity of money. When we sell something, we allow people to take that money that's earned, that they buy, to go get fulfillment, and now that thing needs service. For example, if you buy a car, now the car needs washed, it needs maintenance, it needs oil changes, it needs gas, it needs all these different things. Each aspect of the needs of that vehicle provides a job to somebody else, but it all started with a sale. It's so important to recognize these things in the sales industry, because whether you're in real estate or you're in car sales or you're selling solar, whatever the case may be, you need to understand that rejection is a part of it, and it doesn't always have to be detrimental, and more people understand you and you are not alone. If you want to know more about what we do, how we help our agents build successful businesses, or if you even need somebody to talk to because you're getting rejected on a regular basis, go to TheSamColeman.com and add me on all social media at TheSamColeman.